here to share some information with you about a couple math intervention programs that have started. One of them being in the Glendale Union High School District, which is here locally in Glendale, Arizona. And I am John Croteau, the Associate Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction in that district. One thing I will share with you is why we started the program. We noticed that we had about a third of our population fail freshman math when they walk into our doors from our feeder district. And kind of a unique aspect that we have is two different elementary feeder districts. So the kids coming into us in some schools in our district are coming from two different feeder districts with two different curriculums. So you can start to see that problem it poses as we start to teach kids the mathematics that we have to at the high school level. So we set on a little venture to find what we can do and why these kids were failing, and I'll let Cory Shinkle share that with you. Cory?
Ascend is a piece of this program. What we were looking for with this freshman transition, because we have students that come in at a variety of levels, we want to decrease those gaps. So we're looking at decreasing the gaps in their skills, and they could be anywhere we found from 3rd and 4th grade level up through ready for high school, even into the 12th grade level when they come into our district. So we want to decrease those gaps in their skills in their freshman year. The Math Lab framework, it is comprised of two 55-minute class periods. The students give up an elective credit for this. So these students, they give up an elective because they're in 2 hours of math. This 2 hours of math is broken up into two 55-minute periods, but it goes continuous. The 5-minute break in between is just for them a break to go to the restroom and to get a drink and whatever. So we have, we try to treat it as those 110 minutes just as one continuous process. What we want to do, because these students are taking algebra along with strengthening these skills, we're trying to close gaps because they still have to learn algebra as they're going through this. We teach them algebra, but so that they can catch up with their skills in any deficient areas, they go on the Ascend rotation. What we're hoping for is at the beginning, it might be a little slower because they have those skills in their achievement, but we're hoping as they catch up, because it's individualized and they go at their own pace, that it will have a snowball effect and that they will catch up a lot quicker and be on track when they get towards the end of first semester, even sometime into second semester, so that when they take geometry their sophomore year, they're up to grade level and they are ready for that geometry. They earn, within the 2-hour period, they earn an algebra credit and they can earn an elective credit. It is self-paced. Those students within that rotation, of that 25-minute rotation, they get on the computer, they log in, they go through their lessons, and it is self-paced for them. So they can go as fast or as slow as they need to, but we do have a requirement that they go through two levels, not 2 grade levels, but 2 unit levels per week. Our preliminary data for this, we do have a reduction in failures. What we have found in this first quarter in our preliminary data is that Thunderbird went from 90 students that would normally fail, and out of those 90 students, 60 of those students passed the first quarter. So we only have 30 students that are failing that have where we normally would have had 90. So it has made a big reduction in the failure rate at that school. At Washington High School last year at this time, they had 147 students failing. This year, they dropped it down to where we have 85 students passing out of that 147 that normally would fail. So 85 students, it has increased the passing rate by those 85 students. Moon Valley has increased their passing rate by 104 students. Percentage-wise, they had about a 30% failure rate last year. This year, in first quarter, in their algebra classes, they have a 4% failure rate with this program. With this Math Intervention Lab, we are doing training over formative and summative assessments. We are doing PLCs, and we are doing this Math Intervention Lab with the Ascend piece. And all of those things together have decreased our failure rates dramatically. Students really like the individualized attention. They like that, okay, instead of sitting in a class of 30, when we break up into our rotations, I'm in a group of 10. My teacher can meet with me in a group of 10 easier than they can meet with me in a group of 30. When I've interviewed, the most common thing that students have said is that it doesn't seem to last any longer than my regular hour class. We have students requesting to move into this class. So we have students actually requesting this class because they know what it is doing for their friends. What we thought would happen at quarter and at semester is students would want their electives back and that they would request, hey, you know what? I'm up to grade level on the Ascend piece. I'm doing well in algebra. I would like out of this class so I can get my elective back. We have not had a single student out of 9 campuses request to have their elective back. In conclusion, what we're finding out is Math Lab is a successful alternative for an elective, and students do not mind giving up that elective so that they make sure that they are passing their class. Another thing that we found is Ascend is a successful individual intervention for those students. The gaps in the skills of these students are decreasing. Like we said, we've had students come in at the 4th grade level, and they're growing. Even in the first quarter, they've gone up 2 grade levels. So we're hoping that that gets them to where they're at grade level by the end of their freshman year. Not only are they learning the algebra, and that snowball effect is coming into place, but hopefully their skill gaps come into place at the same time that they end algebra when they take our end of course CRT at the end of the year.